Hi y'all, in this video I'll be discussing cognitive dissonance. As you can tell by this photo I had put together, displayed in front of you, that it's pretty obvious what's going on, right? But in reality, cognitive dissonance is just the opposite, the complete opposite of obvious, because it's something that oftentimes comes out of the blue, throws you off, and leaves you completely confused, gaslit, and off kilter, right? So, what reminded me or prompted this video and to create this photo is that, as many of you may have also been growing up watching Sesame Street, okay? And remembering that song, the way the song sort of went was, one of these things just doesn't belong here. Or I think another version of it was, three of these things belong here, three of these things are kind of the same, and one of these things don't belong here. So it's time to play the game, right? Or now my song is done, or something like that. You get the point. So that's the grand idea. That's where the grand scheme of things came from. You look at the photo and it's sort of like, hey, which one of these things don't belong here? There's two bright, passionate red hearts, a lovely bouquet of flowers, and, you know, clouds, right? And rainbows. But in the fourth picture, there's somebody there with a knife at someone's neck or back, right? So I guess you can figure out which one of these things don't belong here, because I'm sure that an elementary school kid would be able to. They're usually pretty good at sorting out and putting putting puzzles together and the like. Now, yeah, I found it interesting. Like, when you think of cognitive dissonance, it's like everything seems to be falling into place. They're behaving a certain way when we talk about narcissists, and the love bombing, the hoovering, um, before discard or devaluation. But even during those times, they're gathering information. They're probably already at a point of trying to ruin your reputation secretly, or have already, you know, gotten a head start, or started a campaign to smear your reputation, your name, and the like. So, um, that's why you look at the four items in the photo and say, hey, one of these things just doesn't belong here. Um, three of these things are kind of the same. And can you guess which one doesn't belong here? That's what cognitive dissonance is about. It's like, you're like, wait a minute. Something looks wrong here. Something feels wrong here. Something's just completely off. Something's not right about the situation. Now, it takes your brain a little while to figure out that you're being played, that you're being manipulated, that you're being tricked, that you're being gaslit, and that you're basically, bottom line, you're being abused, narcissistically abused, to be specific. Of course, someone can have another personality disorder or form of mental illness that would throw you off. Okay. Um, Even if someone isn't diagnosed, even if someone just has mild to moderate traits, you can be thrown off. Let's not even discuss a malignant narcissist, okay? And even further down that spectrum. But hopefully this picture, gives you another vantage point or perspective on the matter, and kind of gives you a bit of a, lighter outlook on what's what many try to describe, right? What this phenomenon is, where it's like, who are you? Who are you? I thought you were this person. and you're not. And it's even worse when it's family, like let's say it's your mom or dad or sibling or an aunt that you're close to, even a grandparent. It's like, what? Like, it would be difficult to wrap your mind around someone um, praying and plotting for your downfall when you thought that your whole life they were on your side, or they were, propping you up for success or cheering you on, but you didn't realize that no, they were really your frenemy, if not complete enemy. Okay, so that's where that cognitive dissonance comes in, because just naturally doesn't make any sense whatsoever until you get the knowledge and you learn what's really going on. You figure out that, oh, okay, you put three and three together and you realize that this person has strong custody traits, that match, this NPD pathology, or perhaps even they may be matching, let's say, histrionic personality, borderline personality. So, you just eventually, it all comes together like a complete puzzle. And yes, for years and years, you may still have or still experience this cognitive dissonance, but, the more you stay updated, remain in touch psychologically, emotionally, and stay, in touch with who you are authentically, you will not be thrown off as much, I guess I would say, because you would want to know what's really going on. You wouldn't want to feel that pain again, right? So that's where you get your inspiration to follow up on the details and the depth of this personality type, this disorder, and just hopefully someday you're able to find balance, peace with this just uneven, rocky terrain as you navigate through what's really been going on in your life, whether it's what was with romantic partner, best friend, someone at your job, business, etc. Like, yeah, that's all I want to share regarding cognitive dissonance. One of these things just don't belong here. And, like that popular saying goes, make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you can't, because it will never make sense. But, so stay tuned for the video. It's just a little clip from Sesame Street that ties right into this video. All right. So stay tuned. Thanks for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here, and Susan and I are just sitting here, and we're going to do a very favorite song for you. It's a time-honored old chestnut, that old favorite song that we all know and love so well, and it's called,
Three of these things belong together.
Three of These Things Belong Together. Hit it! Right. Okay.
You're
I'll do the
singing
first part
verse?
of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll do the next part after that.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Okay, everybody ready? Now take a look there. See that stuff there? Okay, now three of these things belong together. Three of these things are kind of the same, but one of these things just doesn't belong here. And now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game. Okay, now look at there, and we got a hammer, and we got a shoe, and pliers, and a saw. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, now, hey,
Can you guess which thing just doesn't belong? By the time I finish my song,
Okay.
I'm gonna finish my song. Go ahead, Kermit.
All right, here we go. Now one of these things, I did the wrong part. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Tell me, did you guess which one? if you guessed this thing just doesn't belong here, you're absolutely right. And now my song is done. Right?
Right.
Everybody guessed that?
We guessed the shoe, right?
Everybody got the shoe?
Yeah, but Kermit,
Right.
why doesn't the shoe belong here?
Oh, wow, you see, because the other three things there are all tools.
Are
you see?
all tools.
Yeah,
yes.
the hammer and the pliers and the saw, those are all tools. And a shoe is not a tool. A shoe is something that you wear on your foot.
Well, very
right?
good.
Right.
Very good.
I
Are you
do
ready
that.
for another verse?
Yeah, you want to do this one?
Okay.
Okay.
But I want you to help me point to it, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right.
All right there.
It's
Okay.
cooperation, right?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Hit the music. Okay. And we now have stuff over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dee, dee, dee.
All right.
Dee, dee, dee. Three of these things belong together. Three of these things are kind of the same. But one of these things just doesn't belong here. Now it's time to play our game. Time to play our game. How you doing, Kermit?
Yeah, I'm looking them over. I'm, got some birds there.
Can you guess which thing just doesn't belong? By the time I finish my song, I'm gonna finish my song. We have three birdies and a frog, right? One of these things just doesn't belong here. Tell me now, did you guess which one? Well,
Yep.
if you guessed that this thing doesn't belong here, you're absolutely right. Dee, dee, dee. And now my song is done. Okay, the frog doesn't belong.
Right, absolutely, because those three birds are all kind of oogie and feathered looking, but the frog here is lovely and handsome and a beautiful
Well,
thing to behold.
Right, but the frog really doesn't belong, Kermit.
The frog doesn't belong?
No, because you see...
The frog doesn't belong?
No, the frog doesn't
Well,
belong.
if I don't belong, excuse me.
Oh, Kermit, I didn't mean you.